Hey there, today we're doing a review of this bag. It's the CarryX Duffel 27L. Here at Nomads Nation, we have been reviewing the world's best EDC and travel gear for 7 years. So in this video, I'm gonna tell you everything that you need to know about this bag to decide if it's the bag for you. In this video, we're gonna pack the bag out, double check its advertised capacity, double check if it's carry-on compliant, plus I'll give you my brutally honest pros and cons and overall scores. And you're definitely gonna wanna stick around to the end of the video, because if you're not quite sure that this is the duffel for you, I'll give you 2 alternative suggestions so you can find the best bag for your needs. And it should be noted, here at Nomads Nation, we have hundreds of bags that are in line to be reviewed. So because of that, we do offer a paid package where brands can skip the line. And that's what CarryX has done. But as you'll see throughout this review, even though they did pay to skip the line, that in no way influences our actual review itself, as our integrity and the way we review bags is, that's everything that we do. And you'll see throughout this review, we're extremely fair. Okay, let's talk about the gist of the CarryX Personal Duffel 27L. I'm really excited about this bag, guys. And I know I'm excited about it because, I'll tell you why. I always get excited about a bag when I get a little bit jealous of it. Because fun fact, after reviewing hundreds of bags here at Nomads Nation, I ended up starting my own bag brand as well. Now that I own my own bag brand, I'll see a new bag come out and I'll think to myself, crap, I wish I thought of that. Not that this concept is new though. Like if you go on Amazon, there are unlimited amounts of personal item duffels. But I think that the angle that CarryX took here is quite smart. Pop underneath the seat in front of you, whether you're one bag traveling or pairing it with a suitcase. But also, as excited as I am, this bag is not perfect. Definitely got some quirks. First, let me run you through some of its top features. It can be carried in handheld mode or shoulder mode. We got a quick access zippered pocket in the front, one side zippered pocket, a side water bottle pocket, classic duffel style opening into the main compartments. And I'll explain in depth what this kind of plasticky section is intended for 2 chapters from now, because it's interesting. I don't know if I like it. We've also got a luggage pass-through, back zippered pocket, another back zippered pocket, and a nifty little feature with the shoulder strap that you can do that. I like that. Now, CarryX claims that this duffel is 27 liters in capacity. But here at Nomads Nation, we always double check those things. As you can see, the bag is fully packed out with our factory grade measurement balls. But first, let's check the dimensions. This is really important with this bag. First up, the actual inches are around just under 10 inches deep, around 11 inches tall, and 16.5 inches wide. Now, those dimensions are gonna be a make or a break for you, because depending on where you are in the world and what airline you prefer to fly with and what ticket type you buy will determine whether or not you can actually use this as a personal item. I think you're gonna be good on most US flights, basically all of them, but as a personal item in Asia and definitely Europe, you might run into some problems. 5, 10, 15, 20. So you can see right here, we're just at 25 liters capacity on the dot for the main compartment. So if you add in the front pocket and the side pockets, I think measuring this at 27 liters, good to go on the dot. As of recording, this duffel is advertised at 2.2 pounds, which is verified on scale number 1, and same with scale number 2. As of recording, the duffel only comes in black. Here you can see what it looks like when it's flattened out, and here's what it looks like fully packed out and worn on the Nomads Nation team. All CarryX products are covered by their 3 and/or 4-year warranty, depending on if you register the product or not. And for all that, this bag runs around 120 USD. Now, we're gonna use that price point of 120 USD as our North Star moving forward, so we can determine whether this bag is worth it, how good of value it's actually offering. But it should be noted, if at any point during this review, you think that this bag is bringing the value A game, and this is like the personal duffel of your dreams, and you're gonna make a purchase, we do recommend doing so with the first link in the description below. 2 reasons why. First of which, that link makes sure that you get the best price, and we oftentimes have discount codes. But that link also helps to support the Nomads Nation YouTube channel and team, so we can keep making the best bag reviews on the web. Thank you very much. Let's talk about the outside of the CarryX Personal Duffel 27L. And there's a lot to talk about with this bag. There's a lot of pockets, a lot of compartments. Let's start with just the aesthetic though. I think it looks pretty good. It's not like the sexiest duffel in the world. It's also not the not sexiest duffel in the world. And I think it's a testament to kind of like what this bag is trying to be and who it's trying to appeal to. CarryX is pretty, I would say, intentional with their positioning right now, talking about just how valuable this bag is in terms of not overcharging which I don't know if I completely agree with. I'll give you my full synopsis at the end of the review when I give you my value score. But overall, I think for the price point and just being a great middle of the road, non-flashy, but very well made personal item, it looks fine for that. Now let's talk about the primary fabrics. There's two to discuss. On this panel and the bottom of the bag, we're using a 1680D ballistic nylon. And then on the top of the bag, we're using like a 420, verified, 420D nylon. The D is the denier, which is how thick the fabric is. So 1680D here at the bottom is gonna be super, super thick. And that's great because it's gonna be extremely abrasion resistant. Versus the 420D, a lot less thick, but still stupid abrasion resistant as well. Like, nylon is a material that is just miraculous when it comes to backpacks and duffels. Mostly for how good it looks and for its abrasion resistance, but also it's got some decent weather resistance to it as well. This is definitely not a waterproof duffel, but it will help keep some of your gear dry if you're caught in a light rain. No monsoons though, this is not your monsoon waterproof duffel. CarryX logo right here, very subtle, love that. Now we're gonna talk about this front pocket and all the other pockets in the next chapter. First up, some other notes on the outside. We got a good self-standard here, guys, and this is great. Again, we are so honed in on a use case with this bag. It's a duffel that can be brought to the gym, but it's not advertised as your travel and gym and road trip duffel. It's advertised as your personal item under the seat duffel. It's so focused, and I love focused products. So the self-standing is definitely contributing to that. As you'll probably end up putting the bag underneath the seat in front of you like this, because it's probably not gonna fit long ways, right? Or you can go opposite end. But we're gonna have some complications with that as well, just in terms of like grabbing things that you need. It's just interesting to me. Like, I think that I love the idea of this product because I've never actually flown with a duffel before. I'm a backpack guy, through and through. So if you're team duffel travel, let me know in the comments below, like, is this checking all your boxes for you? Let's make a little bit of a resource in the comments so that other people who are, trying to learn more about this duffel and its pros and its cons can do so right down there. The self-standing too is helped by this fold design, which we've seen in a lot of backpacks recently, like the Air City Pack Pro 2. It's also got this fold, and it's great because it just sort of acts like these two pillars, but then also it allows the bag to compress, so it's not always boxy if you don't need it to be boxy. Let's talk about carrying. You've got two modes, handheld mode and shoulder mode. And I really like both of them. One reason I really like both of them is this duffel is pretty light. At 2.2 pounds and 27 liters in size, that's a great volume to weight ratio. So that just works for both modes of carrying. But the handheld is great for a few other reasons as well. First of all, we've got a lot of space to grab. And then this gives the duffel nice maneuverability, padded handle at the top with a Velcro release for a little extra security and just keeping everything nice and flush. And that extra space that you got is great too, because you can also do the hand mode in shoulder mode, like your boy's doing right now. And that's what this is about, because let's be honest, guys, duffels are not as comfortable as backpacks, right? So you're kind of like, you're doing like a little bit of the duffel shuffle when you're carrying these things. Like you're going from here and then switching it over there. And then probably it's because like your back hurts and this, like, let's just be honest, backpacks are more comfortable. They certainly are. But then when you're doing the duffel shuffle, you got the shoulder strap, which again, has this feature that I have never seen before that I think is so cool. It's a little gimmicky, but it's also not. It actually really works because it stays in place really well. We've got two very strong magnets. It's just keeping things flush, keeping things clean. Again, the use case. Do you need that for the gym? No. But when the bag is underneath the seat in front of you, you just wanna cut down on dangle and things that are catching on other things. Boom, that's right there. Or even better, you can actually take the shoulder strap off altogether. Note though on the hardware, this is from a brand called Nifco, who I don't know anything about. Doesn't mean it's gonna be bad. Like, let's be honest, guys. Like, I've spent a lot of time in factories, and hardware is usually pretty good across the board, but sometimes I like to see the best hardware, like Duraflex or Woojin. And this is gonna be kind of a recurring theme where I might challenge CarryX on their statement of ultimate value. I kind of think that actually the price point that it's at makes sense, but we'll talk about that again at the end. A couple of the notes on shoulder mode. I love this landing pad. It's big, it's comfy, it's well padded. We've got a mesh right here that's got a little bit of scratchy coarseness to it. Now, it's not gonna be good if you're rocking a tank top, but it's great if you're rocking a t-shirt, as to where it really stays on your shoulder nice because that little extra grip. It's not super like silky and sliding off your shoulder. But yeah, I mean, this landing pad is freaking huge. I don't know why more messenger bags don't do this, or even duffels, right? We're at 3.5 inches width. We've got a length of almost 13 inches and a little over half a centimeter depth. So this is just great. I maybe could have used a little bit more depth, but it's hard to complain about what CarryX has provided here. And this, I mean, that's just so fun. It's like a game. If you get bored in your flight, your phone dies, at least you have the magnetic shoulder strap. The nylon webbing is fine, about where you'd expect it to be from a quality perspective at this price point. Seems like it's pretty well sewn into the bag. We've got a bar tack stitch there, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, there's a ton of reinforced stitching right here. And this is what you're paying the extra 80 bucks for. Because Amazon has a duffel that is basically around the same size and can be used as a personal item. I'm not sure if it's the exact dimensions, but it's not as thoughtful, and it's just not gonna have these construction details that CarryX has really honed in on. A couple of the notes in the strap, you've got this really nice swivel system, just gonna provide extra comfort as the duffel sort of moves with your body. Easy to remove, in case you just wanna go into pure handheld mode. At its longest, the shoulder strap is 58 inches. And at its shortest, assuming you want to keep the shoulder pad on, we're looking at about 37 inches. There's also one more handle here on the side, not a carrying handle, just a point of leverage, easier to put the bag underneath the seat in front of you or to grab it from the overhead bin. Nice little touch. Now, before we jump into the next section and talk about like the meat and potatoes of this bag, I gotta let you know that if you're enjoying this review, I wanna welcome you again to Nomads Nation. And I also wanna let you know that you found your people. Because here at NN, we are on a mission to help you find the best gear for your life on the move. So if you're watching this, you're probably a bit of a traveler. You might even really be into EDC and might just be into bags in general. And if that's the case, you might be happy to find out that here at Nomads Nation, we don't just do epic YouTube reviews, but we also have the Nomads Nation newsletter. And in that newsletter, you could look at me like you're a reporter in the field, bringing to your inbox a few times a month all the top news of what's happening in this incredible industry. I'm talking limited edition collabs, the newest drops, industry trends. It's a one-of-a-kind newsletter that we put so much time and effort to, and that's why we have over 10,000 subscribers and a nearly 80% open rate, which is kind of like mind-blowing. I've done a lot of email marketing in the past for other companies, and I've never seen it go that high before. But it's because we're bringing the good stuff. And if you want the good stuff, you can get it. You can get it, hombre. You just gotta go ahead into the description below and look for this globe emoji. There you can sign up to the newsletter, and I hope to see you in your inbox. Okay, meat and potatoes. I'm hungry. Let's go. Let's talk about the inside of the CarryX personal duffel 27 liters. Where to begin? Let's start with the sides. Side number one, we got a little quick stash pocket right here, great for your AirPods or anything else that you want quick access to. And then I love this next pocket, guys. Here we have a pocket that's got some decent volume, a little slot right there, but it's a perfect spot for your over-the-ear headphones. As you can see, my Sony XM5s, nice and cozy in there. Is it the most padded spot for them? Maybe not, you know, that's one point of criticism potentially, and it's not gonna be big enough for your headphones in a case, unless you're doing foldable ones, I'm not sure. And depends on what model and make you're actually rocking. But overall, I love this, you know, because the bag's underneath the seat in front of you. It's just about giving you access to the different things that you're gonna be using on your flight. Also should be noted, all the zips YKK with a little nylon paracord puller right there. YKK makes the best zippers in the game. And no PU coated zippers on this bag either, which I really appreciate. This means the zippers are gonna be lightning fast, not sticky. They're never gonna peel, potentially look like this over time, but they're not gonna be as weather resistant. We've done tests here in our studio, and PU coated zippers are actually like 30% more weather resistant than non-PU coated zippers. But if that's not really a priority for you, which it never is for me, so stoked about these zips. Now on the other side, we have the water bottle holder, but I'm gonna wait to test that until the bag is fully packed out. Let's talk about this front admin pocket. We've got a lot of pockets in here. It's just for the things that you want faster access to, maybe some reading glasses, backup battery. We got a couple of pen slots. The zippered pocket here is huge. You can fit so much stuff in there if you want, extra meds, extra tech stuff. These pockets though, on the opening flap, they're a little bit more challenging to use. Reason being, this duffel is keeping it light and breezy, which I really appreciate, but that means there's no structure in this section. So it's not really holding open very well, which means that this panel kind of wants to bend around, but also if something's in these pockets, let's say you got your bulky charger, right? Then you're just getting a little bit of interference. Not too bad if something's all the way down there, but if you have a larger battery like this, then it's just, yeah, it just feels a little unorganized sometimes. It's a little bit loose in there. There's, like I said, the lack of structure on this pocket will just, you know, maybe drive you crazy once or twice. But overall, I really have no problems with the execution. We've got a little tracker sleeve down here. and another small pocket here. And one thing that I think is tremendous about this pocket is look at the way it's designed. You can see we have this lip right here. There's a couple of inches actually where it's indented. And what that means is this pocket actually goes into the main compartment a little bit, which will take away from volume in there, but not much, but just enough as to where this pocket now has its own volume. And it's very, very smartly designed in that way because you don't need this to be able to carry a water bottle, but in the situation that you want to throw a book in there, right? Or just a quick access tote if you're doing some souvenir shopping, those things will fit. And oftentimes on front pockets, those things won't fit because they're flush and they're tight and they look good, but they don't function very well. This pocket works impressively well. Back pocket could be a good spot for passport, boarding pass, etc. Now for the larger zippered pocket, this is the text sleeve, which we might run into some problems with because as you can see, we're gonna be a little limited on text size. 16-inch MacBook Pro cutout, not gonna fit. But my 13-inch should fit in no problemo. Very nice. A little bit of padding here, a little bit of padding there. And we've also implemented a bit of a false bottom and a decent amount of padding underneath this section right here. So let's do the laptop thud test. Not too bad. Sometimes when I do that with a bag, it's like a very loud metal on fake wood thud that you can hear. It's pretty well padded. Now a duffel like this will never be able to protect your laptop as well as a backpack, right? Because a backpack, the structure is just different. But for a duffel, this does quite nice. And the access is gonna be great as well because when it's underneath the seat in front of you, just a little unzip and then kaboom, laptop in hand. I see you, CarryX, I see you. Next up, we have this zippered pocket. So many fucking zippered pockets. And this one has plastic all up in here. And this is advertised to be your DOP kit area. Toothbrush, shampoo, toothpaste. Either it's going in a DOP kit in here or you can just throw it in there and this is your actual DOP kit itself. I kind of see what they're saying there. Like for some people, they want fast access to their toothbrush and toothpaste, right? You're on a long layover. Maybe you just want to brush your teeth in the airport bathroom. You're not proud of it. You're not excited about it, but you just need to get that taste out of your mouth, right? You don't want to dig. You don't want to look in your suitcase, which is probably checked anyways, right? So it's kind of like your emergency stash. And this is where like the theory of what this duffel is and what it does is really interesting. Are you one bagging with this? 'Cause if so, then that makes a bit more sense to me. But if you're pairing this with a suitcase, I don't know if I needed that entire, because I don't like the feel of the plastic. I don't like the look of it. But maybe if I really gave it some, yeah, I'm curious. What do you think? Killer feature? A little overkill? Would have appreciated a different execution? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. But some other use cases for this pocket, if you don't want to use it for your DOP kit, you can throw tech stuff in there like your hard drive. Could be a good spot for quick access for snacks. All right. Or because of the plastic sort of design, maybe a wet umbrella. Also could be a good spot for that. All right, let's get into the main compartment. We've got this classic duffel style opening and these two YKK zippers are in fact lockable. So if you have a security lock, you can clip it on. Remember, this is 25 liters capacity and now this is going back into the philosophy of what this bag is. I wouldn't one bag with this because I don't think that duffels are comfortable. I'm be doing the duffel pimp walk mixed with the duffel shuffle walk and it's just like, it's not a fun time for me. But pairing this with a suitcase, especially if it's a carry-on suitcase, so my carry-on's going over top, my duffel's going underneath with me, that's a 1-2 punch I can get behind. But the good news is that with 25 liters capacity in this main compartment, if you do want this to be your one bag, your one duffel bag, you can fit a whole packing cube in there. Week's worth of clothes, baby. Couple shirts, couple shorts, underwear, socks. Oh, that's actually a perfect fit. And this is a standard packing cube size. These are our packing cubes at Firo. You can see, actually, a brilliant fit right there. Throw the tech pouch in, throw the DOP kit in, right? And that's you. Good to go for a week. Zip this up. Not gonna lie, duffel travel life seems pretty sweet. Until you realize, holy crap, now this thing is loaded up and it's going to be heavy and it's not going to be fun.
Don't forget the bottle.
Oh, that's right. Good call, Sig. It's about to get even heavier. Where's my bottle? Got it. Water bottle pocket. Let's talk about it. Got this very nice design that allows you to keep the bottle pocket flush until you need it, and then you can unzip, and you've got a stretchy power mesh right here, and you can slide the water bottle in like so. Honestly, works pretty well. And you've got this clip right here in case you want to add a little bit of extra security. get a carabiner, pop them into place. But I don't think we're gonna fit a larger water bottle in there. So let's see about the 1 liter Yeti. I don't feel great about, no, we're definitely not doing that. No go. So the girthiest water bottle I'd recommend is gonna be around 3 inches of girth. It's the right scientific word to say, get your mind out of the gutter. But now back to my comfort complaint. It's like, crap, this thing weighs 25 pounds now, and that's not as awesome when compared to a backpack. But again, if we're combining it with a suitcase, that's when the spark's gonna start flying for me. First up, the luggage pass-through. It's awesome because you can see very well stitched here. And on the other side, you got this huge slab of fabric. And it's got a little bit of looseness to it, which means it's going to easily slide over the handle. Not too tight, not too loose, perfect execution across the board. And now you're talking about language. But then I imagine just one bagging with just this, and that would not be talking my language. But now the moment you all been waiting for. The bag is fully packed out. Will it fit our carry-on sizer? 18 by 14 by 8 inches. US flights. Oops, shit, we broke it. Okay, well, it broke it, but we can just put it back in. Okay, boom. You can see we don't have a panel on either side. We're working on that, guys. It's not in the budget yet. Please use our affiliate links so we can make a little bit more money so we can add panels to these things. But as you can see, even without the panels, it's a nice tight fit. Remember, definitely a bag that is designed for US personal item sizing. And yeah, more or less, this thing is awesome. Or is it? Now's the moment of truth. Let's talk about the overall pros and the cons of the CarryX Personal Duffel 27 liter. Pro number 1 is going to be the brilliant design for the front compartment and how it has its own volume. Pro number 2 for me is that side pocket for the headphones. It's just awesome. I love that. And pro number 3 is just kind of an overall pro, that this bag is so focused and it's so awesome at being what it needs to be. A duffel for a personal item underneath the seat in front of you. But that could be a con for some people, because maybe that focus means that this is not gonna be your ideal do-it-all duffel for the gym and for your road trips. So something to think about as well. Con number 2 is a lack of versatility with the water bottle holder. And con number 3 is just a little bit of flimsiness that you might experience with this front pocket. There will be functional compromises that come into play with that. Not which will be a deal breaker, but it will be noticeable. Okay, let's take these pros and cons, mash them together, and give you my overall scores. Score number 1 for comfort, honestly, like a 0 when compared to a backpack. But just within the frame of the world of duffels, I'm gonna give it a 4.5 out of 5 because we have options. It's great in both hand mode and in shoulder mode, and in hand mode, you've got enough room or leeway that you can also carry this in shoulder mode. You just got options, dude. Padding on the shoulder strap is great. It's lightweight, 4.5, final answer. Next up for value, I'm gonna give it a 2.5 out of 5. I actually think that like the positioning of CarryX, saying like this is like insane value, not overcharging you, is a little overblown. Like, yeah, we're not super premium here. This is not like a boundary supply duffel that costs $1 billion. But we're not like Amazon where this is $30. It's in the middle. And I think that the material selection, there's no name brand stuff going on here minus YKK. So the material selection and everything about the duffel, like 120 is right around where it should be. So 2.5 out of 5 for value for me, especially considering we only have a 3 and/or 4-year warranty. And for my overall score, I'm gonna give it a very, very rare 5 out of 5. It's because it just does everything that you would want it to do. Sure, there's some quirks, yeah. Sure, our duffel is nowhere near as comfortable as backpacks, yeah. But if you're looking for a duffel that is a personal item, that's middle of the road, not premium, but not the cheapest, I think this is as good as it gets. It's kind of perfect. It's a perfect score, so. But also keep in mind, those scores are completely personal, just based on my experience using this bag, reviewing it. Your results may differ. But in the situation that they don't differ and you agree with me that this thing is just really well done and you're thinking about making a purchase, we do suggest doing so with the first link in the description below. Just remember that that link makes sure that you get the best price, and if we have any discount codes, that's what they'll be. But if you're not quite sold, you think my 5 out of 5 score was just a little too generous, and you want to see what else is on the market, let's talk alternatives. My first alternative recommendation will be our leaderboard rankings video, which if you're new to the channel, you gotta check it out. It's where me and the rest of the Nomads Nation team, we get together and we pick our favorite bags in different bag categories. Therefore, you can just see what the best options are on the market. I've gone ahead and linked that above. Also, if you're new to the channel, as I mentioned previously in this video, here at Nomads Nation, we actually started our own backpack brand as well. That brand is called Firo, and we have released a bunch of our own bags, travel bags, EDC bags, sling bags, not a duffel yet, but I just wanted to put it on your radar in case you're not quite sold on a duffel, you want to see our take on a travel sling or a travel backpack. You can learn more about that at firo.co or with the second link in the description. But if you know you want a travel duffel that is close to this, here's two alternatives that might get you a little bit closer. My first alternative recommendation is gonna be the Pakt 1 travel duffel. This is a great pick for you if you're definitely in the market for a travel duffel, but you don't know if it needs to be like a personal item at all times. Well, actually the Pakt travel duffel is never a personal item, but it's definitely the best travel duffel for carry-on that I've ever reviewed. It's got a killer look to it, tons of organization, insanely good laptop protection. Like I said, it's not a personal item, but if you're cool with carry-on, you should definitely check it out. And my second alternative is going to be the Alpaka Bravo Brief. Now notice it's not the Alpaka Bravo Duffel, it's the Alpaka Bravo Brief, but it's not too far off from a duffel. It's a messenger / brief. They kind of all do the same thing, right? But I think this is gonna be a bit more versatile depending on what you're looking for. If you want a messenger / brief that can work in your day-to-day, that's also very professional, that also has really great tech protection. This is actually one of the other few bags that we've ever reviewed that we gave a perfect score to. Honestly, all three bags are amazing. This is like cream of the crop stuff. You just gotta figure out which one best suits your needs. And to learn more about the two alternatives, you can do so by watching these videos right here. If you got any questions about any bags, be sure to let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Aaron, this is Nomads Nation, and we'll catch you guys next time.